Glitter us off their new album with Choose Your Fighter, and Midnight Oil there with Buster Bondi. And I played Buster Bondi because we welcome two guests to the studio. Paul and Jess, how are you?
Great. It's amazing to be here in Australia, and thanks for having us on the show.
No worries, no worries. You would have caught a Buster Bondi earlier in the week.
We actually stayed on Bondi Beach for 5 days.
There you go.
It's all about location. And we loved it, just sort of doing the tourist thing and getting on the jet boat going around the harbour. And
Nice one. Now, we'll just explain why you're here, firstly, in Australia. Part holiday, but part promotion as well. You do a thing called Punk AF Radio.
Yeah, it's all about Aussie punk rock. We love the music, and Lifeline is a really, really worthwhile cause, and Punks for Mental Health. You know, there's a lot of mental health going on in the world, and it needs to be recognised. And I've been a sufferer most of my adult life, and my daughter Jess has suffered. But if somebody had said to me last year we'll be in Australia here today, we wouldn't have believed it. And it's absolutely fantastic to be here, to see the bands and raising money for a really good cause.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to have it. Have you, been following, obviously, what you do online for quite a while? Started about 2020, didn't it?
It was actually during lockdown.
Yep.
And I'd done a bit of radio in the 90s, a bit of community radio like this. And I saw all these people started to do stuff during lockdown, and I thought, I can do that. But at the time, I didn't really know an awful lot about Aussie music, apart from maybe the Saint, Amel and the Sniffers and the Chats. And I went on Bandcamp looking for music to play, and I typed in Australia, garage, punk. And one of the first bands I found was In the Esky, a guy called Robbie Wood, and he's been absolutely instrumental in helping us put the tour together. Yeah. And I kept finding bands all the time. I found Polly's band, you know, and Paul's band here, and we're just overwhelmed. And Australian music it dominates the Punk AF show now, and that's why we're here. Yeah,
I do see that every time you put a new show online, and okay, wow, there's this, it does showcase some fantastic Aussie talent in the punk and alternative sector.
And the good thing is, I've got other UK radio presenters now asking me for the stuff. So
cool.
And my show gets broadcast on 25 stations across the world as well, 7 days a week. So it's amazing exposure for all these new up and coming bands.
Yeah.
And the quality is amazing. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, Paul, Polly and myself will all attest to the fact, Paul and I have lived in Brisbane all our lives, and growing up over the last 40 years of listening and seeing all the punk and punk bands around Brisbane, and you know, we just think, wow, we're so lucky. It's so good.
Yeah, from an outsider looking in, I don't know how you sort of perceive yourselves here, but for me in the UK, looking outwards and into your scene, you've got an amazing scene, and we were overwhelmed, and we are overwhelmed with Brisbane bands, and the quality is absolutely testament to you. It's brilliant.
Yeah, like as I said, we're pretty lucky up here. I mean, the whole of Australia has a lot of fantastic bands, past and present, and
Australia's slightly bigger than the UK, isn't
it? Just slightly.
Just slightly. I think you could fit the whole of the UK just about into Queensland three times.
Not as many people, though.
No.
Per capita, we're punching above our weight.
Yeah. What about you, Jess?
Well, I do a show alongside my dad. I call it the monthly spin-off. It was actually my 1 year anniversary, I think, this week. Obviously I couldn't broadcast because we were travelling around, but I promote more of the European rock disco kind of new metal stuff, maybe with a bit of America, Canada and Brazil in there. But I've picked up my own Australian stuff. It's called Children of the Dark. I named it after a song by Paul Stacey, and the song sits with me, that's why I picked it. But you know, sort of following along, sometimes I feel like I'm tagging along a little bit, but I am starting to sort of find my own
grow your own
space.
audience.
Yeah, it's like my own space in this, and you know, Dad's regulars listen to me as well. But out here, it feels so at home, because I suffer a lot of social anxiety and I'm a bit of a home bird, but I've not felt homesick yet. Whereas traveling around Europe, I have. And I think it just goes to show how welcoming this place is with our brand and what we're doing. You know, they want us here, and it just feels incredible to be appreciated by other people over what we do and what we want to promote. And, you know, it's making us not want to leave.
Well, we don't want you to go.
Yeah, we could always, you know, like steal your passports off you and stuff if you want, and you just can't go anywhere, right?
Yeah, treasure hunt.
I'm sure we've got some houses you can live in for a while. No, but it's good that you've been, you know, like, I'd like to think, like, especially about the punk community and the alternative music community, always very welcoming to everybody, very inclusive, and you know, like we've all got friends from around the world, and I've just made 2 more in the last 10 minutes. And
Likewise.
yeah, and it's good, like, you know, you can come over here and we can go over there or anywhere in the world, and there's always someone who's like, right, I'll get you from the airport, or I'll show you around town, or take you to a gig. And it's always been a great, you know, punk community spirit about that.
I've been saying to Robbie Wood, the national promoter, after us achieving this, anything is possible.
Yeah.
So, you know, if people are suffering and that, you know, you never know what's around the corner, because my life was flickering last year until Robbie said to me, Paul, come to Australia. And it gave us something to focus on, something to look forward to. So, you know, if people are feeling down and that, you know, don't give up. Don't ever give in. You never know what's around the corner.
Yeah, that's really true. Well said, Paul.
Yeah, nice one. All right, and we're going to talk a bit more about it in a minute, but you've put together a lineup of gigs up and down the east coast of Australia while you've been here as well. And that's on tonight. The Brisbane one's on tonight, which we're going to talk to about in a minute. But we're just going to play one of the band's, the Combi Killers.
Yeah.
And the song's called Damage, and we'll come back and have more chat about it. What do you reckon?
Yep.
Great stuff.
Looking for some natural, looking for
got new stuff there from the Square Tugs.
Yay.
Yay, Paul.
Jeez, I like that
great
band.
Screaming at the wall. We've done that a few times. And before that, Combi Killers with Damaged, and both those bands, plus 5 other bands playing tonight for Punk AF Radio down at Tomcat. And we have Paul and Jess from Punk AF Radio here. All right, tell us about the gig tonight.
Yeah, it's down at Tomcat. I think the doors are at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's an early gig.
Yeah.
Early start.
Yeah, we've got 7 amazing bands playing tonight, all bands that have featured on my show. We're opening with Tokyo Beef. Special mention to Graham, who is in our live feed every week at 6 a.m. your time. He comes on, he says hello, and we appreciate support like that. And we've got the Danger Men, and they're one of my favourite Aussie bands.
They're really good.
Yep.
They're really
They've
good.
got a track called I Want Them to Survive, and it's the most played track on the Punk AF show. And
Good stuff.
they've not played it live for a long time, but they're going to play it for us tonight, which is amazing.
That means I had to rehearse.
Yeah, we've got Buckled. We've got Paulie's band, Square Tugs, who have been on my show lots and lots of times. Great lads, great band. Combi Killers the same, Steve Ingram's band, amazing. And who we've got after that? Dad Fight, Jack Oliver's band. They've just dropped a great new single called Guillotine. Amazing stuff. And finally we've got Serial Killer Dinner Party, who really set the bar for the Punk AF show. The absolutely amazing quality, the recording, everything about them is top notch. We call Lee Robertson the General because
So are we now.
yeah, he's the guy's a ball of energy, and he's so switched on, and he does so much for the music scene, and he's been instrumental in helping us put this tour together, and an amazing guy, and I can't wait to meet him shortly, and I can't wait to see all the bands live tonight.
They all the bands, I've had a fair bit to do with Lee's been obviously into 4ZZZ a few times with his band Serial Killer Dinner Party, and they're all great people, and
It's an amazing lineup.
yeah, and they all work towards just having a great scene here in Brisbane and beyond actually as well. Obviously with
The guy's incredible.
the interactions with your show overseas as well. So
He is the General.
as he will always be known now. Remind me to start calling him that tonight, all right, when I see him. So, how long are you out here for? Actually, on holiday? Will you call it a holiday?
It's we're here on a mission.
Yeah, a mission. Yeah,
You know, the
Calling.
The mission is to raise money for mental health.
yeah. We're all the proceeds from tonight will go towards Lifeline.
And it's about the music, it's about the bands, it's not about me personally, it's not about Jessie personally, it's about promoting the Aussie scene, and it's about promoting mental health. So but we've got a couple of days in between where we can go and do tacky tourist stuff.
Yep.
You know, we've jumped on the jet boat and had a little spin round the harbour
I
there.
was about to say, we already have been doing tourist stuff with the jet boat.
So it's nice because we're getting to see a little bit of Australia as well. We went up to Sunshine Coast the other day, and we met up with the band One More Billy, and I only became aware of them recently, and had I have known about them 6 months ago, I'd have definitely had them on a tour because they're
Probably would have
amazing.
dropped the tugs off the
And we went up to where they play and rehearse the other day, and they did a set just for us, and we recorded a couple of tracks.
Nice.
Put that on our page, and we found a way to include them in what we're doing, and such nice people. And Steve's wife did a great tattoo for me, and Steve even got a Punk AF tattoo himself.
I saw that online as well.
Brilliant.
very impressive.
All right. So before you go, tell us how people can find your radio shows, both radio shows, and what to search for. And
Just go Punk AF Radio, type it in online. We've got a great Facebook group. It's a private group. We do that to try and keep the spammers and the unwanteds away, and promote good people and good music. And so Punk AF Radio on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and we've also got punkafradio.com.
all right, Jess.
Well, my show, you can find it through my dad's. My show goes live on his Mixcloud, and then I repost almost immediately after it's released. I'm still looking at trying to get my own page and things set up. I'm working at it one at a time because I'm so nervous about everything. But
you wouldn't think so, would you?
No.
She is amazing. I've told her she has a great future in broadcasting if she chooses to pursue it, because
Indeed.
it's not something everybody can do, this, is it? You know, sitting talking around like this into a microphone, and she's got natural raw ability. And I'm not saying that just because I'm her dad. She's got it.
no,
Good stuff.
I don't script anything, so I just talk as I want.
Neither do we.
No, we do not.
Right. Well, that's great, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you both in here on the 4ZZZ studios today. And
Likewise. Thanks for having us.
yeah, and I'm looking forward to getting along tonight, and
Brilliant.
we'll have a few adult lemonades and
See you down there.
see some great bands, and should be awesome. All right, we're going to play the Generals band now,
Excellent.
and this is Bleed Me Out by Serial Killer Dinner Party. Once again, thanks, Paul. Thanks, Jess.
Number one track on Punk AF Radio.
There we
last
go.
year.
Fantastic.
Bleed Me Out.
Deservedly so.